They've earned these benefits and they've earned these plans. And you have put yourself in harm's way. And you experience the environments and the atmospheres and the insidious nature of our business that takes its toll on your bodies and your systems. And we built retirement plans and survivorship programs and disability protections and presumption laws to make sure that our members get a fair shake, but it didn't come without sacrifice or a price. But now they want to change all that because this is so out of step and out of touch. When the truth is that what it really is about is $3.7 trillion. What this is really all about is a financial community that sees that our retirement programs are in trust, managed by professionals, overseen by consultants, measured against performance standards and investment guidelines, and managed at relatively low fees. And if they can put that $3.7 trillion in the hands of our members, it's the next cash cow. Fees will go up 3, 4, 5 times. They know our members will churn their investments more than they should. They know that on balance, that we're not going to individually be rebalancing and balancing and diversifying our investments adequately enough to actually have enough for a real retirement at the end of our working career. This is all about the money. And in order to be able to get at the money, then it's all about power. This isn't about philosophy or good government or fairness to the citizens. This is the ability of a moment in time when those named Walker and Kasich and Rick Scott in Florida and LePage in Maine and all of those like them have decided this is the time that they can simply change the direction of what we have built and a nation of what we are a part of helping to create in a short amount of time. And that's where we have been fighting back. And whether or not they thought they could use the divide and conquer strategy in Wisconsin by carving out cops and firefighters, I'll tell you what we said. We said, hell no. We're not going to buy into being carved out. We're going to be at the front of those protests. We're going to be at the front of the parade. We're going to be in that state house, taking it over. We're going to be spending all of our resources to make sure that we're going to change the political landscape in Wisconsin of those that thought that they could divide us. And they're not. And so now 1 million signatures later, and a couple of months from a recall effort, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to recall Scott Walker. We're going to recall the lieutenant governor. We're going to recall 2 of those right-wing senators to be able to put back the rights and the bargaining rights, the collective bargaining rights of our members, but all public workers in Wisconsin. We're going to prevail. And when John Kasich decided to just, with the stroke of a pen, after running a legislative proposal through a body in less than a month, that literally took the rights away that have been in place since 1983, we said not only no, but we said hell no. And we put our money where our mouth was. Our state association did an incredible job. Our members in Ohio assessed themselves $100 apiece. We put together a $1.4 million package that they were able to finance. We brought in almost another $1 million in our package. We put our people on the ground. We went into the neighborhoods. We used the media. We used social media. We used the message that works, and that is that this is not what the people of Ohio want for their firefighters, teachers, cops. And last November, after a lot of effort, a lot of work, the people spoke. And 62% told John Kasich, we don't want your kind of politics or legislation. We are stripping what you did out, and we're putting the rights of workers back in. And that's what we were able to do together. And we have been prevailing and succeeding more than we've been losing. We had a 2011 with a lot of challenges, but we prevailed in Florida and Tennessee and Oklahoma. When we prevailed in New Hampshire and Iowa. And the list goes on, but not without a lot of work, not without a lot of pain. And while we are fighting back every step of the way, we are also making sure that just like you're doing here, Ron, we're taking every opportunity to advance an agenda to improve our members' lives and to put our people back to work. And that's when we were able to go to a Congress that seemed to be gridlocked in every way you could measure it. A Congress, not Democrat, not Republican, but a body that couldn't seem to get anything done on behalf of the people. We had the ability to move through our program, $620 million, that put 5,000 of our people back on the job. We're able to fill those seats that have been lost with rides. And now today, the window closes on another $742 million. That money will start hitting the streets in May, including hopefully right here in Boise. And we're going to put another 7,000 jobs back in to the fire stations all across this country. That's 13,000 jobs that we will have been responsible for. That's our jobs program, and it's working. And for the several thousand of our members and those that I got to go to Elyria and Akron and stand in a room watching all these young faces that had been sent home a year earlier, trying to figure out how they were going to take care of their families, and to see them in a room with their gear back up on a rig and a proud badge worn on their breast and their IAFF card in their pocket. They knew their union had been doing good work, and it was such a privilege and honor to see all of those faces and realize that thousands of our own are back working again because of the work that we're all doing together. It's a great success story. And whether you like him or not, whether you support him or you don't, and we're going to be talking about the 2012 cycle a lot going forward. The fact of the matter is that when I had the opportunity to travel with the president in a motorcade and in his limo, after meeting with the Secretary of Veterans Affairs and the Secretary of Interior, to talk about a program that will do incredible work on behalf of the men and women that wear the uniform of our nation, a uniform that so many of you have worn. And the sad fact of the matter is that too many of them are coming home from two very difficult conflicts that we've been fighting over a long period of time. And they're coming home without a job. They're coming home without a decent job. And they've been willing to sacrifice and fight for our very freedoms. They've been willing to be on the front lines. And yet coming home, and who's going to really help to take care of them? Well, in our way, we're going to be stepping up to the plate to take care of them. Because I'll be meeting with the two secretaries on March 6th. We are going to lay out our program. The president has proposed $1 billion, and all of this will be to give every veteran an opportunity to enter this great profession of ours, which should be at least 10 to 12,000 of the very best getting to come to one of the best jobs in the world, our job. That's the kind of work that we're doing, and that is an administration that's willing to work with us to do it. This isn't about these and ours. It is about who's willing to stand with us and who's really to support our effort. And it really all comes back to the arena. And I'll wrap up here, Ron. You don't have to pull on my pants leg, but, you know, he's not. But whenever I'm trying to lay this out, I guess I try to get right back to the essential core issue that this union focuses on. Listen, we do incredible work. We have educational programs, adults. We have a legal operation that's second to none.